What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Inside the One podcast here with Spitz yet again. You can say hi real quick.
Yes, sir. How we doing, boys? Quick shout out to everybody that was in the comment section and liked the last podcast. We've never done this before, so we appreciate the support. Hopefully you guys are here on Jeff's channel today. Make sure you subscribe to both channels because we alternate episodes, man. You don't want to miss anything. So I'm excited, man. Let's do this.
All right, cool. So let's just get started. So today we're going to start with, we have a couple of topics to go over, but we're going to start with the free agent signings that happened throughout the week since last week. So the first team that we're going to go over with is the Super Bowl team, the Buccaneers. So they brought back Donovan Smith. He reached a agreement for a 2-year, $31.8 million contract, and they're also bringing back Leonard Fournette. So bringing back everybody from the Super Bowl team, it seems like.
It's crazy, bro. First team
all
ever.
22 starters, first time ever in Super Bowl era.
Yep, Super Bowl winning team bringing back all the starters has never ever happened before, and of course it would happen to Tom Brady. Of course it would. Why wouldn't it?
Tom Brady knows he just knows what it takes to keep winning rings, and he's willing
Brady
to take restructures.
Yeah, you restructured $19 million to bring everybody back. What a goat!
I don't see any other quarterback doing that. No offense, but I don't see another quarterback taking pay cuts just to win rings. I think he values rings over money. I really do.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, then we're gonna move over to the Vikings. So, I saw last time in the podcast that there was a comment in there saying about the Vikings. We kind of didn't really go over them that well, and maybe we kind of we're gonna eat our words. I think that was the comment that I saw. And you know what? I think you know what. After looking back at the Vikings, you know what? Maybe we might eat our words a little bit here because I saw that they re-signed Amir Abdullah. They brought back Mackenzie Alexander. So with those two signings, I mean, they're bringing those guys back. But not only they're doing that, they're bringing Xavier Woods. So all of these signings, you got Dalvin Tomlinson, you got Patrick Peterson, Mackenzie Alexander, now like Xavier Woods, while retaining Anthony Barr. So maybe I might eat my words a little bit because they might give a little bit of a fight to the Packers.
Yeah, man, that was our boy Zane Wilson came in the comment section. Said the Vikings gonna make y'all eat your words.
I appreciate that because
I respect
the team.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of guys they've added to their secondary, dude. That's impressive. Their defense was trash, booty butt cheeks, and now it's just like booty. You know, it's not quite as bad as it was before.
Booty, butt, ass cheeks. It's just booty.
It's just booty, bro. It's getting there. We're making some progress.
I like it though. I mean, you take Patrick Peterson. We talked about that last week. And then you bring back Mackenzie Alexander, who's only gone for like a year or 2 years. It
should be a playoff team.
Yeah, I like it.
Be a playoff team.
Let's move on to the Falcons. Or no, this is the Bengals. They actually got the Falcons safety Ricardo Allen. So again, the Bengals making more moves.
Secondary is looking nice, man. Your safeties right now, you got Jesse Bates, who was the best safety in the NFL last season, according to advanced analytics. You have Von Bell back there, who sent Juju Smith-Schuster straight to church. And then you add Ricardo Allen, who's a good player, dude. We've gone against him down here in the NFC South for however many years now, and he's not like a stud, but he's not a bum. That's a good addition.
Yeah, I like it. I like where the Bengals are going. As a Ravens fan, I can't sleep on them. I can't do it. Otherwise, I'm going to get bit.
Yeah, you really
Then let's go to the Patriots real quick.
Oh, my gosh.
Everything that they've done in the offseason, not only are they getting new talent, but they're bringing back some of the old talent that they already have, which is James White for a 1-year deal.
Crazy that James White only gets $2.5 million, though. I feel like the value of the running back, unless you're like a triple threat out of the backfield, like Kamara or something like that, you're expendable. Like you got to be a running back. Like if you're going to be strictly just a running back, you got to be on the Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb level, like Dalvin Cook, like those three guys, or you have to be multifaceted like Christian McCaffrey or Alvin Kamara. Otherwise, you're just completely replaceable by the next guy.
Yeah.
And we have this discussion all the time in the Discord. Like somebody was telling us that like literally a Giants fan was talking about how Saquon Barkley, he doesn't want them to pay Saquon Barkley or whatever because it's a waste of money and it was a waste of a draft pick because you can get a running back in X and X round, and he did show us the proof of how drafting a running back in the first round is a wasted pick because there's all these other running backs, and I was like, damn, he actually has a good point. But it's just a position that teams aren't really willing to shell out the money for unless they really love you, I guess is what it is.
Yeah.
Because James
It
White,
seems like
how many touchdowns this man had in the Super Bowl against the Falcons? I mean, I feel like he was the game-winning drive in the overtime was James White. That was all him basically. Yeah. So 2.5, damn. But hey,
it just seems like if you don't have that guy, you're not gonna get paid. Like if there's not like an exclusive running back like Christian or Kamara, you're gonna take one of these kind of contracts and work with a committee of running backs. Which
I guess I'm just surprised I'm just surprised he only got 2.5. Like I suppose like if you're only gonna get 2.5, I would have called up Tom Brady and been like, hey yo, you got a spot? Because shit, might as well go win a Super Bowl if you're only gonna make 2.5. But I don't know. Maybe he likes it there in New England. Maybe that's just where he's happy. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot about New England past week. Like I think I saw Kendrick Bourne. He was in an interview talking about his first interaction with like Bill Belichick and the whole entire franchise and how everything's kind of like almost military style over there. Like maybe that's what James White has been used to. That's all he's known, and that's just what he can't imagine going to a different team. Which I can get it. I get it.
You probably either love it or you hate it.
Yeah, a lot of structure there. And then we go over to what the Colts have done with T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah.
As a Ravens fan, I mean, I'm upset, but at the same time, I understand it. T.Y. seems like a loyal guy. He's been with the Colts for how many years now? And even though we offered him more money for the Ravens, I guess he's willing to stay there with the Colts. I mean, he played with a lot of great quarterbacks over there, Phillip Rivers, Luck, and now Wentz, who he's either gonna do really well or we'll figure out what happens with him. I think he's got a lot to prove over there in Indianapolis. But I mean, it pains me to say that we couldn't get him as a Ravens fan, but obviously if you're watching this, who we grabbed instead, and I don't know if that's like the best replacement in the world for Willie Snead, who left us, but we'll figure it out. I think we'll get into that a little bit later.
T.Y. Hilton, he's too tiny to be out there signing on to be a lead run blocker, bro. My man is like 32 years old or something like that now. Like, what is he, 5'9", 5'10"?
Yeah, he's not the tallest guy.
You don't got time. I ain't got time for that. He's talking about I've been one of the best deep threat receivers in the NFL for the last 7 years or whatever. I'm not coming in to run block for you.
I guess, but I know, I get it. I just, if I'm T.Y., I just, when I was thinking about this entire situation, I'm like, all right, if I'm T.Y. Hilton, am I going to take a pay cut just so I can do my job and just catch balls? Or am I going to take a pay increase just so I can, block a little bit more? I don't know how much more I'm going to be blocking as a wide receiver, but I doubt, it's going to be blocking 100% of the time. But do you take the money and block?
I think when you're 32 and you've had these massive contracts already, I think $8 million is fine if you think this is your better chance to win a Super Bowl, right? So
it's true.
If let's just say you look at the Ravens, you look at the Colts, and you're thinking Carson Wentz is going to be pretty good, and they're both going to go 12-5. So if they're both 12-5, I would just stay where I'm comfortable and happy, and I would imagine if you're T.Y. Hilton and you've been riding with the Colts this whole time, you're going to tell yourself that that's your best chance to win a Super Bowl. If both teams are on an even playing field, you're going to side with the Colts because you just trust that more. You've seen it work.
True.
We haven't seen this Lamar Jackson rushing era that the Ravens are stuck in. We haven't seen that get anywhere, really. So I would just kind of be like, F it, man. Maybe Carson Wentz. Listen, confident Carson Wentz is 4,000 yards easy, bro. No problem. So I would ride with that.
True. And we're talking about how like T.Y. is a little bit older for a player. Like maybe money's not an issue for him, Like he's not one of these younger guys who's looking for a bag, He's just looking to fulfill his legacy.
Yeah, he got that bag already, at least once. He's chilling.
So, yeah, I don't think money was.
I respect it. I respect people because like the NFL is one of the only leagues where this happens. Like you look at the NBA and stuff, and those guys are always chasing the bag. You look at the NFL; these guys are willing to stay home because they just like it there, no matter how big the market size is.
Yeah, I respect it. I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad. Then let's go over to the Jets, who
R.I.P. Jets fans. I'm so sorry, bro.
they thought they were going to get the best running back or just the best team going into this year. They signed Tevin Coleman to a 1-year deal for $2 million.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's not a bad player, but it's just like we, you know, in your comment section in your Discord specifically, we were told that the Jets are going to be what did he say, 16-0 or something like that, Super Bowl champions.
16-0, taking over the division.
DESHAUN Watson, Kenny Galladay, Allen Robinson, everybody's coming to the Jets, right? And you got Carl Lawson, and you got that's it. That's all that's important. So it's kind of like, damn, bro. Now, 2 months ago, it was kind of shitty when you lost the number 1 draft pick, but then you watch Zach Wilson on the pro day, and you're kind of like, damn, might not be that bad. So you might have got bailed out a little bit on that one. I'm not going to lie to you. There's a very good chance that this kid is just as good, if not as Trevor Lawrence. So you might have got lucky on that one, but I can't imagine that this offseason has gone as expected for the Jets based on what we saw.
I mean, I know we've talked about this Jets fans on my streams many, many, many times, but you just can't get players to, you can't sell them on hopes and dreams. We got a new coach. Oh, you know what? We got it was the number 1 draft pick when I was talking to you guys. Now it's number 2. And I mean, you can't just sell players on hopes and dreams. Otherwise, you would have had everybody already. And you got Tevin Coleman. Okay, so I just want to let you guys.
You gotta wait. You gotta wait. Look at the Chargers and the Bengals. 1 year, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow. Everybody was like, "Oh, damn!" And now they're signing people. So let's see what Zach. I'm assuming they're gonna pick Zach. I'm like 99% sure they're gonna pick Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
See what he does his rookie season. He looks like he's gonna go the hell off if he's a starter full time. And try to get something for Sam Darnold if that is the case. And maybe guys will want to come play for Robert Saleh and catch balls from Zach Wilson next season. But there was no way that was going to happen this season. Even if they were so confident they were going to get Deshaun Watson. Now I'm pretty certain that before all this scandal came out that they weren't even on his list anymore. I'm pretty sure it was San Francisco, Carolina, and Miami, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like he removed the Jets from his destination list. So it's like, bro, come on.
Yeah, I mean, sorry to break it to you, Jets fans, but I mean,
maybe next year. Seriously,
that I've heard
on the real, like seriously, maybe next year because it might happen next year. It really might.
Yeah, I mean, because
Allen Robinson will actually be a free agent this time. He won't get tagged, most likely. So
I guess my question is, do you think there's going to be assuming they get Zach Wilson? Mm-hmm. Is there going to be a QB battle between Sam Darnold and Zach, and then whoever?
There'll be a QB battle for about 15 minutes on the first day of training camp. Yeah, for sure. and then it'll be over real quick once Zach Wilson comes out here slinging balls on the run 80 yards downfield like he did in that goddamn pro day.
Was amazing. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah. I mean, hopefully next year, Jets fans. I mean, I know what I heard this year, but it's looking like everything that you guys are saying. Maybe next year.
Now that we're talking about that, I wonder where who's calling about Sam Darnold, because
Broncos maybe
the Broncos. Who we were talking about somebody else. You got, I mean, the Saints aren't going to do it. I don't think the Panthers. Oh yeah, you're right. Oh dude, you know what? Oh my God, that might be a dub for the Panthers. Honestly, I think Sam Darnold's not a bum. I really don't, but. I think he just couldn't handle the pressure of New York. I got to be honest with you. Yeah, but sometimes I wonder if that failure under pressure, if it's unsalvageable. I always wonder that sometimes. Yeah, is it too late for him to regain confidence? You very rarely see guys just awaken after 4 years of failing. So I don't know.
I just. See, these teams that we were talking about here, you got, the New York Jets and all these, guys that need quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And there's just even a lot Washington going on because you need what is this? Sorry, guys. But yeah, I mean, I saw there's a lot of these, this might be the first draft in NFL history that there might be a quarterback gone within 5 quarterbacks, at least within the first 10 picks. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I don't know. It's going to be a really busy offseason for the Jets and stuff like that. It's hard to say where Darnold's going to go.
If you're the Jets and you don't want a quarterback, you got to trade down. right? Like, you don't just sit there at 2 and take a guy way over. Like, if everybody wants a quarterback in the top 5, trade your ass out of the top 5 and get some more assets. That's what I would do, but it's up to them.
Yeah, true. Let's move on to a team that does not need any answers for the quarterback. So they got Green Bay.
Not yet, at least. Not until next year.
Not for a while. They're bringing back Mercedes Lewis for a 2-year, $8 million deal, who is actually in his 16th season, and he's going to be 37 in May. So
That's crazy.
it looks like maybe a mentor or at least a veteran type of guy for Tunyon to look to.
Yeah,
Maybe.
like 37-year-old Mercedes Lewis is getting paid the same guaranteed money per year as James White. That's the point I'm trying to make earlier when I was talking about running backs. Like, this is their second or third string tight end, and he's making as much as James White, who's the starting running back. I think. I know they have Dion over there too, but
Damian Harris, I think.
Or Damian Harris. I'm sorry, not Dion Harris. Damian Harris, but still though, like, James White is a better football player, I think, than Mercedes Lewis is.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I mean, because you think about that team over there real quick. I know we already visited it, but you got Damian Harris, who I think is kind of like the running guy, and then you have James White, who's the passing and catching guy.
Right.
So, I mean, the fact that he's getting paid less than someone like this, nothing on Mercedes Lewis, but
No, yeah, shout out to Mercedes Lewis for
a bigger role.
Playing at 37. Let's go.
Yeah, good for him for sure. Then you got a team on the come up, I believe, the Cardinals. They signed Malcolm Butler. So that could be their Patrick Peterson replacement. And then you're getting former Bengals safety Sean Williams. So it looks like they're kind of solidifying that secondary a little bit.
Yeah, I'm getting really tired of cornerbacks signing not with the Saints. But it is what it is. We're signing tight ends and we're signing backup tight ends and backup defensive ends. It's cool though. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I mean, talk about corners. I mean, it seems like the Saints are just kind of, I mean, right now, because I know there's still some available, but unless none of those guys get signed, it looks like you guys are all in on the draft.
Yeah, I can't comprehend signing Nick Vannett as a backup tight end and this Tono, I'm not going to even try his last name, from the Chiefs, as a backup defensive end. He's a good player, but like, he's a backup, dude. We still are without a starting. We might be without any starting corners if MARSHON gets into an issue. So it's like, what are we prioritizing here? Tight ends? Nick Vannett? Like, come on, bro.
Depth.
That's wasting cap. We don't have that much cap to waste.
It's true.
I don't know, dude. But that's but the Cardinals are doing good though. Good for them. They're trying to keep up because these teams in that NFC West are outrageous.
Yeah, they definitely need to keep up with you're going to need all these secondary positions if you have Matthew Stafford slinging all over you, so that's for sure. Then we got a team who was in the Super Bowl, Chiefs. They're giving Demarcus Robinson a 1-year deal, so maybe that's their Sammy Watkins replacement, possible.
Yep. I mean, listen, you can slide. If you're the number 3 wide receiver for the Chiefs, you have the best job on earth, dude. You're just chilling. You're getting guarded by PJ Williams of the world. You're always going to be open. Nobody's going to pay attention to you. Nobody knows you exist on offense. You're just there, and it's a great life, dude.
Yeah. I mean, when you got Mahomes just giving you the ball and everybody else is getting double teamed, it's an easy life out there for sure. Good for him. Now you got the Bills.
Yep, I like this.
Looks like this might answer their running back problems right here with Matt Breida. I know he was kind of quiet in Miami, but he did go off in the 49ers in that running back by committee.
We just had that conversation last week where, like, dude, the Bills are great. They signed Emmanuel Sanders and all that stuff, and I was like, dude, they still can't run. And I like this, though. If anything, he's fast as fuck, boy. So it's like, pass it to him at least. At least get a pass, somebody you can pass to out of the backfield, please, because Singletary just be struggling. Anytime I watch the Bills, which is mostly just in the playoffs, I'm going to be honest. Sometimes if they're playing a big Monday night game or whatever, I'll kind of follow them a little bit. But Devin Singletary just doesn't look like he's it to me. I could be wrong, but
no, I agree. I feel like I see Josh Allen running more than I do see Singletary.
Yeah, it's kind of underwhelming. That could be the coaching. Maybe they just don't call run plays. I don't know, but maybe it's the opposite of the Ravens. But it just seems like they're not getting much out of the run game from Singletary. So,
no, I like it. I like Matt Breida for sure. I mean, I liked him on the 49ers when he was there with Mostert and them. So, I do like it. Then that's not the only thing they've done though on the Bills. So they're signing Bobby Hart
Ugh,
I
God.
know Bengals fans and Spitz knows all about the struggles with Bobby Hart, so I'm gonna let him take this one.
Yeah, my the guys in my Discord, there we got a lot of Bengals fans in there, and they do not like Bobby Hart at all. Which, to be fair, the Bengals had the worst offensive line I've ever seen in my life last year, so it's not necessarily a surprise that they wouldn't want any of these guys on their team anymore. And you probably shouldn't either. But you got him. He's your backup tackle. He's there for depth. Just pray that your starting tackles don't get injured, because if this guy's on the field, Josh Allen's probably going to leave the field in a wheelchair. So pray.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
that's all I gotta say there. That is
note
just
for the Bills
not.
fans: don't let him step on the field.
Don't let him step on the field. Now, obviously, I'm exaggerating, but he's just not very good.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Hopefully, the Bills don't have to start him at all. Washington football team, they signed Adam Humphries, who I liked over on the Bucks before Scotty Miller came along.
Yeah, Adam Humphries, man. You always got to have your little white man slot receiver. I feel like that's key to Super Bowl championships. You got Cole
Yeah,
Beasley on the Bills. They don't have one in Kansas City. That's why they got smoked by the Buccaneers, because the Buccaneers had Scotty Miller and they didn't. So, just saying, Tom Brady's always had his tiny little white slot receiver, bro, and it
yeah.
always pays
Wes
off.
Welker, Edelman. Yeah,
So now you got one for Ryan Fitzpatrick or Heineke or Sam Darnold or whoever the hell you end up having there. You got your Adam Humphries. But I don't know how much of an impact that's going to have, but hey, nothing's wrong with having depth on your roster.
yeah. I mean, I like what they're doing with the wide receiver core. I mean, it was from last year. It seemed like it was just Terry and a couple of guys that were trying to make a come
Yeah,
up. But
it
now you
has.
got Curtis Samuel, and now you got Adam Humphries.
Yeah,
At
Terry
least
Terry
give you some
McLaurin
mentorship over to the younger guys. At least.
Terry McLaurin was completely by himself last year. It was just, especially before when they had Dwayne Haskins starting. Like, I swear to God, he didn't throw it to anybody else.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. More depth. He might be a starter. I'm not sure, but either way, it helps Curtis and Terry for sure.
Yeah,
Then we move on
absolutely.
to the Seahawks, who are bringing back Carlos Dunlap, even though they just lost Reed. So I mean, that's definitely good for them because they're going to need all the good guys they can, to keep up with the rest of the division.
Yeah, and he's good. He's a good player. He played well for them. He for whatever reason it didn't work out with the Bengals. He got sent over to Seattle and he played really well. So good for him getting 8.5 million guaranteed over 2 years. I mean, I feel like he plays a little bit better than 4 million a year guaranteed. But hey, whatever. The defensive line. Listen, the Seahawks have slowly but surely been falling apart on defense over the last 5 years or so. So anything you can do to keep the guys that are good is a W.
Yeah. I mean, I know what Russell Wilson's more concerned about is the offensive line, but definitely
Yeah,
keep that
Russell Wilson
defensive
is
line.
probably
Keep that,
not
yeah,
thrilled. Yeah,
it's fine. I like what they're doing. I mean, they're trying to stay competitive, which I like. Then you got the Raiders, who have signed Ravens wide receiver Willie Snead to a 1-year contract. So, he leaves us, we get someone else, and looks like the Raiders are. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're doing with this signing though. I mean, I guess that's their Nelson Aguilar replacement.
I guess. Yeah, I don't. Dude, the Raiders are so unpredictable with what they're gonna like. The Raiders could go 12, 13-4 even, or they can go 4-13. I swear to God, I have no idea what they're doing. The coaching is like all over the place, but the roster talent is there.
Yeah,
So I mean, the next thing on here is they re-signed, they extended their offensive tackle Colin Miller. So like they have the foundation, but like, are you going to win against all the teams, or are you just going to keep playing to level your competition? That's the question.
yeah, I,
Willie Snead's not going to change that. It's the philosophy there.
yeah. Not really sure if Willie needs an upgrade over Nelson Aguilar, but you
Well, he
know,
doesn't drop as many passes. I'll give him credit for that.
sure.
He's got better hands.
I just don't know their identity. I think I said this last week. The Raiders. They seem like a run team when they have Josh Jacobs running all over the place, but then I've seen Carr sling that ball all over the place, and
Yeah.
with Ruggs when he's healthy, and then you got Willie Snead in here, and then Darren Waller's out there running around. So it's just like, all right. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're just a balanced offense. Still got to see more from Gruden before they. I don't know. I don't know. I've seen them beat the Chiefs too, so I don't know.
Yeah, and
We'll
the
see.
Saints.
Yeah, I don't know. The Raiders come up possibly. We'll see. We'll see.
You got Darren Waller, damn it. Win games.
Yeah, that's not the only thing they've done though. I mean, they brought back one of their younger guys, Colton Miller, for a 3-year extension for more than 18 million per year. So it includes 42.6 million guaranteed at
That's
signing.
crazy. I don't watch a lot of the Raiders, so I don't know. Like, I mean, obviously he's good if he's getting paid
Yeah.
that on an extension. So good for him, dude. That's what's up. Where's knock knock New Orleans? Where the hell is Ryan Ramchek's freaking 42.6 million guaranteed extension now? Where's that at? What are we doing?
Yeah. Raiders like to pay their young guys, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Then another young team that should be able to come up next year is the Jaguars. They're bringing Josh Jones signing back with the Jaguars. So another safety to help out, Shaquille Griffin and that defense. I mean, hopefully it gets improves. I know it wasn't the best thing ever last year, but I like Shaquille Griffin a lot. They could have had Alualu, which we're going to talk about in a couple minutes here. But yeah, I still like it. I mean, more depth, I guess.
Yeah, decent.
Then we come back to the Ravens. Yes, they just lost Willie. Replace him with Sammy Watkins. 1 year, 6 million, 5 million, fully guaranteed. I mean, he's not number one. We can all agree on that, Ravens fans. He's not number one. And it seems like Marquise Brown is going to be the number one for this year. I think this whole Sammy Watkins thing is just a temporary move for now because we couldn't really do anything this offseason. We tried to get Juju, stayed in Pittsburgh. Tried to get Ty, stayed in Indianapolis. I don't know what we did at I don't know if we even called Galladay, but I mean, depending on I saw that bag that he got, and I doubt we're going to pay that same bag. Maybe we're going to take a shot in the draft. Maybe we're going to get a sleeper like Terrence Mitchell. I don't know, but regardless, I don't think this is going to improve our wide receiver core. But I mean, I just hope he's okay with blocking, and maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what Greg Roman does with a new wide receiver. Maybe he'll make the pass. I mean, if we can get Lamar go back to 2019 where he was actually throwing the ball around for 36 touchdowns, maybe we can improve on the passing game. But for right now, I just know Sammy Watkins is not the answer to this offense unless we change the way that we call plays.
How many games do you think he's going to play? Because that's like the question with Sammy Watkins. How many games are you going to get out of him every season? He's averaging a solid like 10.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, definitely super injury prone, which concerns me for sure.
Because if he gets hurt, Hollywood Brown's on an island.
Yeah, and he's going to get double teamed. And no offense to Hollywood if you're watching this, but I mean, you're not going to get open when you're double teamed. You're fast. I know you're fast, but I mean, unless Mark Andrews is getting double teamed and you're getting double teamed, you better hope for that other receiver like Boykin or somebody like that to get open. Because, yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. Sammy Watkins, stay healthy, please. Let's go over to the Chargers, who they just signed Chase Daniel to kind of mentor Justin Herbert.
Let's go. He backed up Drew Brees for so long. He's terrible. But he's when he was a free agent this season, a lot of people are talking about how he's like one of the best backup quarterbacks in terms of just being a mentor for the young guys in terms of like how to be an NFL professional. So in that viewpoint, that's a good signing. If he has to come on the field, though, that's a yikes.
Nah. Yeah.
But in terms of because Justin Herbert is a rookie, he's like what 22 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta learn how to be a pro, how to come to work every day, how to even as much as to like how to manage your money even because some of these guys are stupid with that stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
So just little things like that help you get through frustrations. Maybe you had a bad game 2 or 3 weeks in a row and you're starting to get pissed off. He can help you with that. So I can't hate it, but don't put him on the field, please, Lord.
Yeah. I mean, just because he's mentoring you doesn't mean you have to give him a chance on the field, Justin. Okay, you stay on that field.
Yeah. By the way, the Lions are paying that contract, so the Chargers got him for free. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he still has guarantees from the contract with the Lions.
1.5 million in guarantee.
Yeah, so I don't know if
remaining from his contract with the Lions. Yeah, I think you're right.
We don't have all the details if he got a little bit more from the Chargers included in that, but there's a chance that it's a Carson Wentz type of deal and he's just playing for free. So that's also a W.
Okay, Chargers, I see you. Now let's go over to the 49ers, who I think is going to be a sleeper team. I know we know they're good, but I think they're going to be unexpectedly good because they get Mohamed Sanu, who seems to be a veteran nowadays. I mean, he's kind of hopping around a little bit, but I still think he can. I mean, I don't know if he's the Kendrick Bourne replacement or anything, but I definitely think. I don't know why he's hopping around, but I do think it's a decent signing for the 49ers.
49ers are going to be good if Jimmy G responds to this quarterback thing positively.
If he lets it, type of effect.
Yeah, if he lets it get to him, and it's kind of like Carson Wentz, to be honest. If it starts getting in his head, we're like, oh crap, dude, they could bench me any second if I make a mistake. That stuff will mess with you. Some guys don't perform well under that kind of pressure. We saw what he did in the Super Bowl. He missed some big old throws, so potentially playing under pressure is not his best ability. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. If they get somebody in there like Mac Jones, Justin Fields, whatever, and they're breathing down his neck, they might have a kind of a, I don't know, it's not a rebuild season, but it's just kind of like a changing of the guard season where they finish like 8-9 or whatever, and then next year they're good again. So we'll see.
Yeah. I think it's going to be an interesting year for next year for the 49ers. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got something interesting coming up here, guys. I'm gonna let Spence take this one because he's the one that came up with all the information and the research. So I'm gonna let you take this one about Tyson Alualu.
Yeah, Tyson Alualu, man. So last time we were on this show last week on my channel, by the way, make sure you subscribe to both of us. He had agreed to a 2-year deal with the Jags, and that was obviously like over Zoom or the phone or whatever. And he was supposed to fly down to Jacksonville to sign the contract in person, but he got COVID. And while he had COVID and he was quarantined in his house, I guess he realized that he loves his house and he loves Pittsburgh, and so he changed his mind. And that's, good for him. It just kind of sucks for Jacksonville because they, you got somebody agree to terms, you put that $3 million cap space off to the side and don't use it. So it's possible that they missed out on some guys doing that, but you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what makes you happy. He says that he built his dream home in Pittsburgh. He said that his children are in school there. He doesn't want to pull them out of school. Pittsburgh's a better team.
I guess my thing is,
so it's just like,
this was a sign from God, like, man, I got COVID. Maybe this wouldn't have happened to me if I didn't do this and that, and just kind of made him like just rethink everything.
Yeah,
you gotta think about these NFL players. They're super religious. Like they swear by God, and that's the reason why they're there playing in the NFL. And I don't know.
So it was like some force told me not to leave Pittsburgh, so I'm gonna stay. Yeah. I could see that definitely being the thing. Yeah.
Let's see what we got next. So we got Danny Shelton going for 1 year to the Giants, which Giants, man. I mean, I see how the whole NFC East, besides the Eagles, are looking to change things around. I mean, I like it. I like the Giants.
Freaking Eagles, man. God damn. Yeah, you like that. I don't know a lot about Danny Shelton. I mean, he's decent, but the Giants had a good defense last year. They probably had, the football team had the best defense in that division, but the Giants had a sleepy good defense, man. So
it wasn't bad.
They put some clamps on Tom Brady and the Buccaneers when they played, so
it's true.
I can't remember if that was before or after I can't remember if that was before or after Tom Brady taking over the play calling when they locked him up, but they locked him up, so good for him.
And then the last big signing that we have for the week is going to be Josh Andrews coming to the Falcons for a 1-year deal with guaranteed money. He's a 7-year vet, guys. I mean,
yeah, I know nothing about him. I don't even know who that is. I'm gonna be real. Never heard of him. But
how even is year?
I'm assuming
for 7 years and I don't know you.
He's probably not going to be a starter.
Probably.
But depth,
but I mean,
gotta have it.
Good for the Falcons. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so enough of the signings, boys. Let's try to get into the updates and rumors. So, Spitz's favorite, we're talking about cornerbacks. Free agent cornerback Quentin Dunbar is visiting the Lions and the Cardinals. He's been waiting for the right opportunity, but he's just waiting for, I guess, a good the price is right type of deal. So what do you think about this one, Spitz?
I'm waiting to see what kind of contract he gets, because if it's affordable for us, I'm going to be pissed. I'm getting sick of this relying on the draft thing. Like, we've only had 2 or 3 successful draft classes. since Mickey, like Sean Payton and those guys all came in here. And you know, I don't want to have to trade assets to move up in the draft. We've done that already multiple times. We did it with Marcus Davenport, who's played like 4 games a season. They're not going to trade up for J.C. Horn. I really don't think they are. So it's just kind of like, and then we're at Alabama's Pro Day. Like, what are we doing at Alabama's Pro Day for? Why are we watching Mac Jones Pro Day? He's going top 5. Like, please, no, dude. Do not trade up into the top. I swear, bro, I'll lose my mind. And maybe they're just sitting. Maybe they just went there to see, just in case he doesn't go top 5. He's probably going to slip way down, kind of like Aaron Rodgers, where it was like all the teams that needed quarterbacks already went, and so nobody needed him all the way down until the end of the draft, end of the first round. So maybe that's why we went to the Pro Day. But god damn it, who else was there? Was it just Mac Jones, or did they have like Surtain and those guys there too? Because I'm trying to think out why are we there.
Yeah, I mean, I can go on Twitter for a minute here, but I think Surtain was there. Let's see, there was a couple big names there, but
they could have been there.
The main one was Mac.
They could trade like if they want to trade up for a corner. That's okay. I'd rather not. I'd rather just get a. They can, even if they do that, please sign a third one. Like, I don't want PJ Williams to ever be on the field ever again, bro. No offense to PJ, but god damn it, dude. You've made one play in your entire career with the Saints. One.
Yeah,
he's fried. He's burnt toast out there.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Mac Jones was the major guy over there that was, showing off today. So
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what the Saints are thinking.
You gotta do your due diligence. You gotta, like I said, just in case Mac Jones falls to 28, you gotta be knowledgeable on whether you're interested in him or not. So I get it, but it's just frustrating that we're signing Nick Vannett as a backup tight end, and we're signing Tono Kiss Your Mama as a backup defensive end. And it's like, why are we signing backups when we need starters at other positions like wide receiver and cornerback? I'm confused. But I have faith in the front office for now. They rarely do me wrong, except for when they drafted Marcus Davenport instead of Lamar Jackson. But it's cool. It's whatever. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking right here. It says Jalen Waddle and Smith won't work out today. I don't know if they showed up or anything. And then they had Najee Harris running routes. So I mean, unless the Saints are looking at any of these guys, I'm not sure.
Maybe they were there for Najee Harris. I hope not, but they might have been.
Maybe. Just wanted to throw it out there.
Get that 1-2 punch. God damn.
Yeah, I mean Kamara. I mean, haven't had a 1-2 punch since Kamara. I mean, not Kamara. Ingram.
Maybe they're like, Drew Brees is gone, so let's get the run game going. I'm down for that, dude. I'm not gonna lie. We need a cornerback though, so no.
Definitely need cornerback. Yeah. Then we got the Cowboys, who have informed pass rusher Aldon Smith. They're moving on from him after one season, after being reinstated last season, following a series of suspensions.
He played good too. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe.
But there you go. You guys are looking for an edge rusher, aren't you, in Baltimore? That wouldn't be a bad guy to bring on.
I wouldn't mind.
5 sacks. He didn't play for 5 years and came back with 5 sacks. That's decent.
Well, we already have a bad experience of bringing back players who didn't perform after Dez Talkoff. I don't hate it. I guess the Cowboys didn't see what they wanted to out of him, but I think he'd be good somewhere else. I mean, I wouldn't sleep on him. He's definitely still good. He's still usable. Then we got the Browns. They were hosting Jadeveon Clowney.
The Browns been hosting Jadeveon Clowney every year. I swear to God, dude. Like, just get it done. Like they
obviously want him.
He went there and then he went back home again. Like, what is it? Jadeveon, bro. If you don't want to play for the Browns, stop taking the meetings. My man visited with the Browns. You visited with the Browns last year. Why'd you have to visit again? You already know what they're doing. It's the same goddamn team. It has to be the money. It has to be. But like, what is he expecting to get paid, bro? Last season you held out all that time for a big contract. You ain't really get it. The Titans gave you a 1-year, pretty chunky contract, but not what you wanted. And then you proceeded to be complete useless waste garbage. So what the hell are you expecting to get this offseason? Like, what have you done since his rookie year? What have you done to make you think that you deserve any money. You're getting to the point where you're starting to get lucky to even be a starter on any team, dude. Like, take what you can get on a good team where you can show out and get paid later. Go to the Browns. Go to Baltimore. Go to some team that desperately needs. They don't desperately need it in Cleveland, but it would be nice to alongside Myles Garrett. But go to a team that needs a pass rusher. Pass rush your ass off. Go have like a Trey Hendrickson random 13 sack season for no reason at all, and get paid, bro.
And get paid. It's almost like he's betting on his rookie year.
I know. It's like he still thinks he's the number one draft pick, and it's like, no, dude, you're honestly, you're turning into a giant bust.
Yeah.
Like, you looked promising alongside J.J. Watt those first couple of years. It was like, oh damn, he's actually really. And then what? Then you started getting injured. Now you're playing like shit. Like, get your career back on track and then get paid, bro. You're not going to get paid right now. You're just not. No team is going to do it. If the Browns not going to do it, nobody's going to do it, because the Browns are clearly want you badly. They've done this for 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
So
it's a money thing, I'm sure.
You're winning the AFC North with the Browns, dude. Just go there. That's a team that can go to the AFC Championship game potentially. Just go.
Yeah. Just, I mean, do a Tom Brady, just take the pay cut to be on a championship team possibly.
Yeah, and then it's kind of like and then you go get paid. It's like these guys in Tampa Bay. They decided to stay, but like in Ndamukong Suh and all these guys, they could have got paid more after last season, what they did. So it's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Get it together, JD.
I know. I mean, as a Baltimore fan, I don't want him.
I want him in New Orleans, but like not if he keeps asking for all this money like he's some kind of diva, bro. Like, come here. You can come here and take Trey Hendrickson's spot and do something and then get paid. But don't come in here acting like you deserve some $10 million a year contract when you're not doing anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Can't have that. Then we got the Bears, who confirmed
Bears.
Andy Dalton is the quarterback starter for next year.
The Bears went from Deshaun Watson to Russell Wilson to Andy Dalton. Confirmed. They destroyed their relationship with Mitch Trubisky to start Andy Dalton.
What a joke.
Like, enjoy your top 5 draft pick, Chicago, because that's wow. Oh man. Allen Robinson is pissed.
Oh yeah. He is.
Allen Robinson is mad, bro.
He's got to be going after next year, right? Allen Robinson.
Yeah, so they tried to sign Kenny Galladay, and I think that would have maybe, piqued Allen Robinson's interest a little bit. But now that he's still the only receiver they really got, bro, he's out of there.
All right. So RIP Bears. Let's see. Free agent Colt McCoy is scheduled to visit Arizona Cardinals, and it could make Kyler Murray's backup possibly.
Good backup. He played pretty good for the Giants when Daniel Jones was out.
Yeah, I didn't mind Colt McCoy. I mean, he's a decent backup.
It's good enough. He's cheap.
Kind of help the Cardinals do what they gotta do. It seems they made a lot of good moves in the offseason. I'm excited to see them next year for sure.
Yeah, and it said there was a good chance it would result in a deal, and I don't think it did though. So that's weird.
I mean, I don't know if he thinks he needs to get paid. I don't know. And then probably my favorite thing that I've been keeping my eye on all week is Jerron Reed.
Yeah.
There's been a tweet pretty much once an hour, 4 days back to back. Talk about how he's leaving, he's not leaving, who knows, going to the Chiefs, maybe not. No, he is officially signed to the Chiefs for a 1-year deal, up worth to $7 million, $5 million guaranteed. I mean, he said if it was about money, he would have stayed in Seattle, but apparently it wasn't. So maybe he's chasing a ring. I don't know.
I think he's just trying to ball out and cash in next year. You're gonna look really good next to Chris Jones and those guys. So
definitely. But I mean, it's definitely a shot on the Seahawks, though. I mean, yeah, they kept
Thomas
Dunlap, but
like, what even happened there? Like, did he? I know that he's wanted. I think he wanted to leave. Like, I wonder what happened there, because they tried to trade him.
And like, even though he said if it was about the money, he would have stayed in Seattle. But
yeah,
I don't know. He probably saw Aaron Donald eating, everybody for breakfast, and he's like, you know what? I don't know. Don't know.
That's Jadeveon Clowney thinks he's Aaron Donald. God damn it.
The last rumor that we can go over real quick is Steelers free agent safety Sean Davis is visiting the Bills.
Steelers just not keeping
Steelers
anybody.
secondary. What's going on?
Steelers signed like a 10th string running back today too, like Kevin Balaj or whatever his name. I just saw that right before we came on, so we saw on the list. But what are you doing, Pittsburgh?
I don't know.
Their fans want to draft Najee Harris or something, and they're out here signing this guy. Now they have 5 running backs on the team that aren't even like. Is it Benny Snell? Is that his name? He's definitely he's for sure the number one right now. Like definitely easily. When you look at their roster, he's easily the best one. And like, is he that guy? You're gonna roll with that? I don't know, dude.
I
don't know if I saw enough.
I know Steelers are not my favorite team in the world right now, or ever, really. But I just, I'm just from looking on paper here, not using my bias at all here, but the secondary is definitely taking a huge shot. And now you got the running back is under question. I mean, it's cool that Juju stayed, and you got Claypool, and you got Ebron, and you got Ben coming back. I mean, that's cool, but I'm concerned about that defense. I mean, yeah, you got Sean Davis. I mean, he's leaving to possibly go to the Bills, so it's like I'm concerned about your secondary because I think Steven Nelson already left, right? Then you get rid of Mike Hilton, so it's like, what's going on? I mean, Minkah Fitzpatrick, that's all you guys got back there?
Yeah, he's getting kind of lonely back there. Who's the number one corner right now?
I don't know. That's why I was like, I don't honestly between Mike Hilton and Steven Nelson. Nobody really rings a bell for me. Let me check real quick though while we're on. But I mean, just the secondary alone is kind of sus. I mean, okay, so they got Joe Hayden still.
Okay, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure if he was still there.
Which I mean, okay, but he's going to be
there
with Minkah.
So they got Joe Hayden, Minkah Fitzpatrick, and Terrell Edmonds. That's like their secondary right now. Their second cornerback is like James Pierre. That's a yikes, dude.
So this team is looking.
Now they have Cameron Sutton. He's a decent corner, but like, is he really gonna? I don't know, dude.
Don't know. This team is looking like, I want to say 80% pass rush and 20% secondary. Like they're hoping they can hit that quarterback before that quarterback has a chance to even throw and look.
Yeah, man.
That's what it seems like.
Yes, hey, but you know what? At least you got 17 wide receivers, right? Like, come on.
We'll see. We'll see if Juju, stops quarterback.
God,
All right.
I hope so.
So we got general news coming up, guys. So this is a bit of a, I don't know if it's conspiracy or just controversy, but Roger Goodell is trying to bring back all the fans in 2021. It seems like, by the time the new NFL season happens, we're supposed to hit herd immunity, 70% projected by mid-August, 85% projected by mid-September. So it's like maybe, I guess he's just seeing this type of projections and hoping that he can get all the fans back, hopefully make some more money. Because, obviously, if we're talking business here in 2020, they took a hit, right? So, I mean, but is this the right move? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, dude, like, the herd immunity thing, like if you're hitting 70%, which is like the baseline for quote unquote going back to normal, right? 70% vaccinations. If they're projecting that by mid-August, then open the stadiums to everybody. Like if that gets hit, which it really probably is going to, because like there's a lot of anti-vaxxers out there, but everybody's got to understand that in terms of the general population, anti-vaxxers is like 10%. So I could easily see 70% hitting by mid-August, especially with the rate everything's opening up to everybody of all ages here in the next 30 days in most of the country. So it's like, listen, herd immunity, 70%. The NFL season starts in September. The vaccine is available in April. If you come to an NFL game in September and you're not vaccinated and you get sick, I mean, honestly, that's on you, bro. Like the NFL can't. There's not going to be any liability there if the country is in herd immunity and there's been all this time to get vaccinated, bro. Like that's on you. And I'm sure there'll be some kind of shit in the ticket. Like when you're buying your tickets, there'll probably be some kind of fine print at the bottom that'll say something like that, where it's like, just so you know, any illness is contracted, in terms of COVID-19 from the football game is not an NFL liability, blah, 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 blah. I'm sure there'll be something like that on the ticket sales websites.
Yeah.
Because that's on you. So if I'm Roger Goodell and I'm looking, I'm like, okay, so the CDC says that it's safe to go back to normal once we hit 70% herd immunity. And that says August. So therefore, when the NFL starts, we should be back to normal, which means full stadiums. I mean, I would say the same thing. And then, of course, if the numbers aren't reaching that, maybe you change course a little bit, but maybe you do half for the first couple of months and then fill up after that. But
no, I mean,
I
like what they did during last year. They were pretty flexible. I mean, sometimes, they had stadiums closed down and then they had I think maybe 50%. So it's just I like how flexible they've been. I admire that, they've been very considerate of the pandemic, and I think this should be the right call as long as everybody does what they need to do.
It does say the plan is, right? So
right.
Him saying the plan is it's going to be very similar to how it was this year, like you just said, where this is going to be team based. He's going to allow, it's going to be allowed. You're going to be allowed to open your stadium to 100% capacity by the NFL. But then it's going to be, if you're the the Las Vegas Raiders, and because I remember sometime last season they said they weren't going to have any fans this year either. Like they already decided that last year. I don't know if they've changed the course on that with the vaccination, but that's what they were talking about last year.
Yeah.
So if you're them, I would imagine you're going to have the authority to say, well, we're just going to do 50%. I don't know if that's the case or not, but I would, I would think that it's still going to be up to the team's discretion, but they're going league-wide, they'll be allowed to, it'll be acceptable to have full capacity. And to be honest with you, I want to go to a game, bro.
Oh yeah.
I was so sad last season, bro. I missed fucking Drew Brees last season, couldn't go to a game. And I'm sure a lot of people felt that way, that liked Drew Brees. I'm sure every team that played the Saints last year, I'm sure they were pissed that they could. Even the Falcons fans were probably mad they couldn't go see Drew Brees' last game in person. So it's just one of those things where nah, bro. The Buccaneers are an hour and a half away. I can go watch Tom Brady and my Saints at the same time. I'm going to do that. Thank you.
Yeah. It should be. I like it. I like what Roger's doing here.
Initially, when the news first came out, because it's hard to remember that the NFL season is so far away. So he's like, we're gonna have full capacity, and you're like, what? We're still in COVID. Like, what the hell are you talking about? But we're already at 40. I think it's 49%.
Yeah.
Immunity right now, and so it's just and now it's opening up to everybody. I mean, I'm getting my appointment sometime in the next 2 weeks. It's one of those things where most people are going to be vaccinated by the time the NFL season starts. So if you're not, then oh well. Even if the vaccine doesn't work, it's just one of those things where we got to get back to normal eventually. So fuck it, dude. Just open it all the way up.
Yeah, we should be fine by then.
Mm-hmm.
All right, real quick. So we got some breaking news real quick. I just checked Twitter. Veteran NFL Colt McCoy is signing with Arizona Cardinals. So back to our point, I think he was visiting the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. That was
it was the Cardinals, but he never signed.
No, he was visiting Arizona Cardinals, so that was official. He definitely signed just now.
Nice. He was there for a long time. That was 3 days
ago. Yeah. So good for him. Just wanted to bring that up to you guys. It's official. Next thing we got to talk about is the Buffalo Bills. This is not the only team that's actually changed the name of the stadium, actually, but they changed their name to be the Highmark Stadium.
Yep. I wonder how much. Cool. I wonder how much the deal for naming rights is. I never really look into it. I just kind of read it and scroll past it. Yeah. But I really wonder how much these companies pay to have their name stamped on top of these stadiums.
I mean, I'm sure it's that plus all different sponsorships that they can do during commercial breaks.
Exactly. I wonder if I pull this up while I'm talking. So the Saints, Caesars Palace got the rights to the Saints Superdome. There's no name yet, so we don't know what it's going to be called, but we're to my understanding, we're the first NFL team to ever be named after a casino. And here we go. Hang on. Let's see here. Let me see. I got this. It's close to completion. It would be valued at $200 million for the next 20 years. So we would be. Damn. So the Mercedes-Benz was 10 years and it was $50 million. But then now they also purchased the 27-year thing, like I said, for the Falcons. So they're leaving us for the Falcons. God damn it! How does that happen? And then so yeah, we're doing 20 years with Caesars. I'm interested to see what they're going to call it. The Caesars Palace Superdome,
right?
Oh, dude!
I should see like waterfalls and all kinds of shit.
Right? Oh my goodness! Yeah, 200 million. God damn.
All right. Yeah. So next thing up, we got Trevor Lawrence. He is declining the chance to attend the draft in Cleveland and is going to watch it at Clemson with a few family members and friends. He never wavered in his desire to watch draft at Clemson. So
yeah,
is this
that, dude.
any type of?
I wouldn't go.
Is this a bad look on him, or it should be fine, right?
Yeah, dude. It's still.
You already had COVID.
Yeah, we still got COVID, so it's like. No, I mean, how many players are going to be at the draft? You think? Like, who cares, dude? It's basically a mostly virtual draft, anyways.
Yeah.
And it's in Cleveland. No offense, but it's like your family. So the thing is, like, I'm assuming if he goes to the draft, I would imagine that his family can't.
Yeah.
Potentially. So no, dude, I'm gonna hug my mom if I get drafted number 1. So.
It could be. I think it's more of a prevention thing. Like, he already got COVID once. He doesn't want to take a chance again before he goes to play. And I mean, hey, I me personally, being an introverted guy, I don't see any better way to celebrate your NFL team with your family anyway. So
exactly.
Good for him. I like it. It's we're still in COVID, so don't blame him at all for that.
Exactly, dude.
Let's see. Patriots reserve offensive tackle Justin Herron was honored as a hero by the Arizona Police Department today, or maybe not today, a couple days ago, for helping to stop an attempted sexual assault of 71-year-old woman in a park.
Yeah, so first of all, guys.
Hold on.
On behalf of all men, okay, what the fuck are we doing? Why are we assaulting 71-year-old women in the park? Now, I don't necessarily know exactly what the guy was doing to this poor lady.
Oh my god.
But I mean, god damn it, guys. Like, come on. What are we like? We're gonna talk about DESHAUN Watson in a second, but like, guys, dude, go to the bar, pick up a chick,
with a 7-year-old woman?
Take her home. Like, what are you fucking doing, dude? 71-year. What are you trying to make her like? You trying to get some 71-year-old like sloppy with her fucking mouthpiece taken out? Like, what are we doing, guys?
Using her gums.
Come on.
Oh, God.
But shout out to Justin Herron, bro. Shout out to Justin because there's so many times where like people just walk by and don't do anything. So shout out to you, dude. We had to put this in here, bro, because you have to shout out guys that actually stand up for women and do something like that. So good for you, man. He's a reserve offensive tackle. We don't even play. But he's in the news.
You didn't have to do that. But I appreciate
it. Shout out to you, because that poor woman, I mean, god damn it, man. When you're 71 years old, the last thing you're expecting is to get sexually assaulted, bro. On a park bench,
dude. People are bored, bro.
God, dude.
People can't go out.
So I know they do it in nursing homes.
I can't.
But like, damn.
Good job, Justin. All right,
we got big. We could do this is big. This is big. I'm excited about this, bro, because I'm gonna dive into this one, bro, because I have some opinions. I have some opinions.
Go for it.
Okay, so the NFL is doing their vote today or this week at some point to expand the regular season to 17 games instead of 16. Okay, it's been 16 since 1978. They're changing it to 17. Now, there's multiple viewpoints on this, health and safety, blah blah blah. And me and you, we can discuss that right now. But I want to bring up one thing first. This CBA was voted on last year, 2020. Okay.
Yeah.
The players voted majority, 51%. All right. It doesn't have to be much, it just has to be majority, 51%.
Right.
Now, your man, Marcus Peters, I think it was Marcus Peters, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty certain it was Marcus Peters, tweeted out that he knew that over 500 players in the NFL didn't vote on the CBA. And now, all of a sudden, that it's actually being put into action because they couldn't do it last year with COVID. Now you got guys, and the most vocal guys are like Alvin Kamara, Ronnie Stanley, etc. on Twitter, coming out saying that it's dumb. Well, if it's so dumb, why didn't you get your teammates asked to vote? This is the same. This is such an American ass thing, bro. This is the same thing where it's like, oh my god, dude, I cannot believe that America, like, we voted in Donald Trump. We voted Donald Trump for president. Did you vote? Because probably not. Because that election had no vote. That was one of the lowest turnouts of all time in that election. So it's like, you can't come out here, players. Alvin Kamara, Ronnie Stanley, even if you voted, you're leaders of your team. You need to make sure that everybody's voting, bro. The next time this comes around, everybody needs to vote. If you're not voting and you didn't do your part to make sure that your teammates were voting, then that's on you, bro. I'm sorry. Like, it's 17 games. Listen, I find it a little bit weird. There's no extra bye week. I probably would have preferred the extra bye to help with the health and safety.
Exactly.
But, I mean, listen, they're starting week 1 on September 12th. They're taking off a preseason game to start earlier, September 12th. And the Super Bowl is a week later on February 13th. Wildcard Weekend is weird, too. This is something I didn't know until yesterday. This year, they did 3 games on Saturday and 3 games on Sunday with the new extra team. Going forward, it's going to be 2 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday, and they're throwing a game on Monday night.
Weird.
That is weird. There's never been Monday night playoff football before, I don't think.
No.
So that's weird. But dude, I mean, but like, how do you feel about 17 games, bro? In general, not necessarily how it went about happening, but like, how do you feel for the players and like the idea of having 17 games?
I mean, I personally don't like it. I mean, yes, as a football fan, I want to see as much football as possible. Sure.
Right.
Like, I like seeing my guys go out there and make plays as much as the next guy. But you got to think about these, like, injuries and health of these guys. Like, they're already falling apart by week 16. What makes you think they can do 17 games and get to the playoffs and still be, you know, as elite as they can be? I just don't know. But, I mean, back to what Spitz was saying, you know, like, these guys that are, like, really frustrated and complaining, like, first of all, if you didn't vote, you can't complain. So there's that. Mm-hmm. And then the guys that did vote but are still complaining, like, okay, well, the only way you can complain at this point is if you made sure your entire team voted and it still got denied. Sure, go ahead. But when you know, like, you know, I'm gonna speak for the Ravens for a second. Ronnie Stanley, he's the one voicing all of his you know, frustrations. Did you make sure the entire locker room voted? You know, I mean, I get where you're coming from, guys. I really do. But, you know, I mean, I don't know. I feel bad for him at the same time. But I don't know.
It's crazy because, like, I don't remember what it was that was in the CBA that made them vote yes, because they've been trying to expand to 17, or actually sometimes it's been 18. But, like, multiple CBAs, they've tried to expand the games, and it always gets voted down. And I can't remember what it was. I can't remember if it was a larger share of the revenue for the players. I can't remember. It might have been that.
Yeah.
Because I know the revenue on this CBA is 48%. I don't know what it was before. So it could have been that, but it's like, you know, it was all fun and games voting on it until it's being put into action, and now you're pissed. It's kind of weird. But in terms of having 17 games, like you said, it's great for us. I'm hoping it doesn't cause more health issues. Like, that's the only thing. Like, going into the playoffs, having to play having played an extra game, it's like, are the playoffs going to take a hit? Like, is the quality of the playoffs going to take damage because guys are more fatigued, more burnt out? And you get all the way to the Super Bowl. Now you've played 21 games or whatever, you know, and it's just like, damn, bro. And I look at this and it's like, the next CBA, what are you going to do? The NFL is not going to go back down. So it's like, now you've stuck yourself at 17. It's like, when does it stop? Like, the NFL is always going to try to keep adding games because that's obviously good for their revenue.
Sure.
And so you already slipped up and let them bump it to 17. Like, y'all got to start voting to make sure it doesn't go any higher than that, because NFL is probably going to be totally fine with wiping out the whole ass preseason and having 20 regular season games. I'm sure they are. So
I would feel better about this if it was 17 games and 19 weekends and giving them the second bye.
Yeah, not having an extra bye is weird. Do you know how crucial
that second bye is?
Yeah. Not having the second bye is very... Like, having the second bye would turn this 17 games into no problem at all.
Yeah.
But, like, not having an extra bye... What happens if your bye is, like, week 4 or whatever? Like, oh my God, dude.
That sucks.
I don't know. And then you got all these weird scheduling things with, like, all these Thursday night games, and, like, Thanksgiving's on Thursday, and you got these Christmas games on Friday, and you got these Tuesday-ass games. It's like, what is going on in the NFL, bro? Relax. Yeah. What happened to Sunday?
I guess what I would do if I'm Roger is, if you're only going to give everybody one bye, then put that bitch right in the middle of the season. Have every team take off for one weekend. Just no football for one weekend in the middle of the season, then continue. So everybody has a fresh chance, the same chance to get to the Super Bowl after the same bye.
I actually don't hate that, to be honest. Like, it would suck to miss that one season, that 1 week of football, but like,
If you're only doing one bye.
I've always thought it was a little bit unfair to like one team has their bye like week 4 and the other team's bye is like week 12. I'm like, well, how? Like, I mean, I don't know. One team has
Uh,
to play all those games in a row in the beginning of the season. The other team has to play all those games in a row at the end.
It's definitely a disadvantage for the teams that have an early bye.
Yeah, 17. I mean, damn. And for anybody that's curious about the schedule, like the extra game they're adding, it's all AFC versus NFC. The last game of the season, or the seventh. It's not the last game of the season, but it's the extra game they're adding in. It'll be AFC versus NFC, and it has something to do with like the standings in 2020 versus. It's some confusing ass thing. I didn't even put it on here because it made no goddamn sense to me. But you will always be playing an AFC team and vice versa for that extra game.
Yeah.
So we could see that, like for this year, they had a list of all the games that would be added this year, and just for example, like the Saints are playing Tennessee if they add the extra game this year. So we get to get the goddamn Derrick Henry train ran on us this season if they approve it, which they will.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I don't love it. I mean, the football fan inside me likes it, but the human side of me is like, dude, these guys need breaks too.
Yeah, I'm willing to see how it goes. Let's let it play out one season, see if it gets bad, and then we can bitch about it if it goes poorly.
Yeah, it's gonna suck. We'll see. All right, so the next topic, I'm gonna let Spitz just drive the car on this one because he's been hot about this one. And Marshawn Lattimore, take the floor. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, dude. I want to preface this by saying that, like, there is a chance that Marshawn Lattimore didn't do anything wrong. Okay. Now, while I made that clear, I am not assuming that Marshawn is guilty of anything. However, if he is guilty of this, fucking idiot, bro. Okay. Our off season was going perfectly fine. It was going 100%. We succeeded in everything. We were negative 100 million in cap. We were going to extend you and Ramcheck and sign free agents and draft players, and it was going to be beautiful. You're the best and only cornerback on our team. You were about to get paid way more than you probably should have. Okay? And you have a stolen gun in your possession. Now, I'll read his attorney's statement here. It says, Mr. Lattimore, a proud Cleveland native with no prior criminal record or history, is fully cooperating with law enforcement's investigation of this matter. That's good. He was a passenger in a vehicle that was stopped by police and was arrested without incident and was not formally charged. Another big point. We believe that this was a misunderstanding and that this will become even clearer as new information becomes available and is shared with the authorities. So he was never actually charged with anything. They just found a stolen gun in there. So, like, my questions really are just like, did he know he was in possession of the stolen gun? Like, what I mean by that is, did he buy the gun from a pawn shop or for somebody that he knew, and like that same day or some shit like that, and he didn't know it was stolen? Or, did he know it was stolen and he still bought it anyways? Or did he steal it? Like, those are three different options that there are. And then also, if it was stolen, then that tells me that he probably didn't register it because that would have came back as flagged as stolen. Now you have an unregistered weapon. That's another offense if they decide to pursue charges. And it's like, then the reason you got arrested is because you didn't tell the police that you had the gun in the car. Now, this is an interesting scenario because I'm a white guy. So I'm not inside the head of a black man as he's getting pulled over by the police. And that's that difficult decision of, do you tell the cops that you have a gun on you or not? Because it's like, okay, if you say you have a gun in the car, they might freak the fuck out. If you don't say you have a gun in the car and they find it, they might freak the fuck out. So it's like, which decision do you make? I can understand why maybe you didn't say anything about that being in there, but not saying anything about it is definitely not going to help the case if it gets anywhere. And then I don't know, you're like just trying to hide it's just a bad. I'm hoping that there's nothing coming from it, because if it's a stolen gun and he knew about it, you can get jail time. He'll be suspended 100% for at least like half the season, I would imagine. So I'm hoping that it's nothing, but it definitely fucks up our offseason. Now we have to change our draft plans. We absolutely have to draft a corner. I talked about earlier how we have to get a free agent corner, I think, and we're not doing that, and it's just killing me because we might not have. I mean, PJ Williams might be our number one. Okay, that makes me want to die. So it hurts. It hurts. I hope it's not anything serious, but be smart, guys. Come on. You're in the NFL. Why are you driving around with a gun? Why? Just why? I understand having a gun in your house, but like, where are you going? I guess I know you're in Cleveland, but like, where are you going? Where you felt you needed to have your stolen ass gun in the car with you? I don't get it. And why you look so high in the picture, bro? Yeah. God damn.
The only way that I can see this going well for him is if he just bought it and he's on his way home. The cops just called him at the wrong time. And it's just you're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
That's what I'm saying. And bro, he was the passenger, man. Bro, if I'm the passenger and I have a stolen gun and it's not registered to me, and your dumbass gets pulled over, I'm pissed. What are you doing? Why are you speeding? Or what? I didn't look up what they got pulled over for. But like, why? Would you set me up, you dumbass driver? Like, whoever was driving this car, you're not my friend no more. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm gonna steal your girl. You piss me off. It's just, oh man. I just hope that it's not serious, man, because I like Marshawn. This came out of completely nowhere. Like it says, he's never been in trouble with the police before in his entire life. Like, and the question is, like, how do they, like, is it even his? What if it was the driver's gun? Like, I don't know.
Well, let's hope the driver wasn't DeShaun Watson because he's in big shit trouble right now. I mean, so right now it's 19 women have now accused this guy of sexual assault after 3 massage therapists have filed a separate lawsuit Sunday night. I mean, this guy, it just seems like one thing after another is just coming down the line. Like, I mean, in our Discords, we saw something that happened 4 years ago with Mia Khalifa dressed up as a maid dunking on the guy. I mean, it seems like this guy definitely has some type of sexual fetish of some sort, whether it's paying these women to have sex. Maybe he likes to be a sugar daddy. Maybe he likes to actually give them money to do things. I mean, either way, DeShaun Watson, you're a good looking guy, okay? Why are you out here at massage therapist, doing this, why? You don't need to. You're a millionaire. You're a starting NFL quarterback. There's no reason for what you're doing here.
Yeah. And for everyone that's going to tell us that it's fake, I mean, it's starting to get a little less fake every single day, bro. It really is. And we'll get to that as we go down these allegations, but it's just kind of lots of things are pointing towards why would this be fake?
Yeah. I mean, so here's exactly what they're accusing him of, just so you guys have some reference here. It says one of the suits have involved a licensed massage therapist. Apparently, he came to her through a suggestion of a mutual friend. During the sessions, he exposed himself and purposely touched her with his penis.
Nice. As one does in a massage.
So
completely normal.
That's just one thing. Second woman says he purposely touched her with his penis and ejaculated onto her before the massage. Watson texted her, "I even have an NDA I have a therapist signed to."
I want to say something about this one. First of all, the NDA, bro. If you're making your massage therapist sign, if they have any proof at all that they had to sign a non-disclosure agreement, he's fucked. Why are you making your massage therapist sign an NDA? Secondly, I mean, obviously this woman didn't just freeze up and stand there for 20 minutes. Like, was he for him to pop off on her? Was he just jerking off the whole massage under the towel and then was like, "Oh, you're done now?" Like, what in the hell is this guy doing, bro?
And then the third woman, pretty much almost the same exact thing, exposed himself and touched her with his penis during an October 2020 session at her office. So it seems to be almost the same thing. He just kind of takes out his junk and just either busts all over her or just he's like, "Here, you want to look at it or you want to mess with it?"
What's making, like, first of all, what makes this seem more legit and what, makes sense why Deshaun Watson is like refuting all this stuff. These acts here, dude, like these seem like things that he didn't think was a big deal. You know what I'm saying? It's like, haha, I touched you with my penis, haha, funny, like almost like that, or like, hey, why don't you tug me off a little bit, haha, funny. It's not fucking funny, bro. You can't do that. But like, I
The
can
thing that
see
I
why
want
in
to
his
point out,
head he didn't think he did anything wrong. I could see that, but you
yeah,
did, bro.
the thing that I want to point out that my main argument of why this may be true is that none of these women are talking to each other before they're coming to the attorney. They all had the same
Yeah,
exact story. He pulled out his junk and he either did or did not pop off on me. It's,
right.
like I'm sure none of these women know each other. They probably one woman came out and said something. Now all the other women feel safe about saying something. So now they're all coming to the attorney saying the same, almost same story. And
Exactly. And they're
this,
saying in their statements, they're saying that they're not going after his money
oh
or
yeah,
like media attention. Like that's the telltale sign to me. Like they don't the lawyer is probably going to go after the money because that's his job and he wants to get paid heavy. But the women are not even asking the lawyer to help them get money. The women are just like, bro, can we get this guy exposed, please? Because he's touching me with his dick. And then I'm sure like the first girl did it and she was like, hey, Deshaun Watson touched me with his dick. Can we do something about that? He's a big NFL player and I'm scared to whatever. Then she's just sitting at home and she goes on Twitter and she sees 3 more. She has to say nothing to nobody. The news isn't even out yet. The news didn't come out until there was what, 10? How many were there
yeah.
before the news even broke?
I want to say it was at least 10 or so. Yeah.
So it's like, how are they communicating? Like, do you just call all the massage parlors around? Hey, do you service Deshaun? These aren't even massage parlors. These are private people that he calls up and he goes to their house or they come to his. It's not like businesses. Like these people, I find it very unlikely that they know each other.
Yeah.
So it's just like, God damn it, Deshaun Watson, bro. Like, what are you doing? You had
I don't
Mia
know.
Khalifa all over you in a maid's outfit, and you're smacking your dick on the massage therapist's hand for fun. Like, what are you doing? You're an NFL player. You have $100 million contract, and you're getting massages, making them sign non-disclosure agreements, and jizzing on them after your massage without permission. Like, come on, bro.
I don't get it. You're a millionaire, Deshaun. I don't know.
You could have won an MVP, bro. You're about to be like one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. This, honestly, like, the only way it is fake is if the Texans are doing this on their end, which doesn't make any sense for them to do that.
This will be the biggest
So
scandal
it's
in
just
NFL
like,
history.
yeah, it doesn't make sense for the Texans to do this. Like, everybody's like, oh, they're just trying to mess with Deshaun because he asked for a trade. Okay. Do they not want any compensation for him then? Like, what are you talking about? Why would they do this, ruin his career? Nobody wants him. They cut him. They get nothing. Why would they want that?
And not only is
As
it
opposed to
bad on
trading him for
Deshaun,
4 first-round picks. I'd rather get 4 first-round picks than laugh at him for some fake accusations he made up. That makes no sense.
like think about how much negative bad media presence this is putting on the Texans. Now the Texans
Yeah,
are seen as this negative, like, well, not only does
disaster.
it like it makes the Texans a place you don't want to go, whether you're a player or a coach, because you don't want to associate with someone that, they have Deshaun. And,
Yeah,
like, I'm just
it
saying,
is
there's
bad.
nothing good about the Texans lying about this. They,
And if
they,
it
they
came
get
out,
nothing out of it.
if it was funded that you're lying, you'd be like Roger Goodell, the NFL. They'd force you to sell the team. You're like, what's the point? The Texans get nothing out of this except for like, haha,
Nothing.
Deshaun. That makes no sense, bro. If
Wow.
Deshaun, if you're mad at Deshaun Watson, then too bad. You're gonna like obviously you're sad that you're gonna lose your quarterback, but you're not just gonna lose him for nothing while he goes to prison. You're gonna trade him for 4 first-round draft picks to the Jets and draft, fucking what's his name, Wilson.
Yeah.
Why would they choose fake assault claims over Zach Wilson? Come on, bro.
I don't know.
It's bad luck. It's a bad look. Now we'll see if they go anywhere. These are all small court civil claims. There's nothing big yet. But I
I
just,
don't
I understand that people are like, man, there's so many women that just make this stuff up and it's all, but you can't just assume that it's fake every time the timing is bad. Like, yeah, it came out at a bad time for him because he's asking to get traded. It's a little bit, I can understand why you were sus initially, but for 19 women to have like almost the same story with nearly any contact with one another at all, if any, clearly he has a thing for massage therapists. That's a everybody knows that that's a thing that exists. There's guys that enjoy the thought of tantric massage. Okay, so it's just because he's a nice guy doesn't mean he doesn't have a fetish, dude. It's just the way that it goes, and he just takes it too far, and that's an L. You can't do that. You got to protect women. You can't just assume that the women are lying. That's one of the worst things you can do in today's climate, is for us to start assuming that women are just lying about this stuff. It happens, but we just like we can't assume that Deshaun Watson is guilty, we also can't just come out and assume that the women are lying just because it came out at a time where he asked to be traded from the Texans. Can't do that.
I'm sure we'll have more updates next week when we do the podcast, but as of right now, it's just not a good look. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So moving on, NFL trades. NFL trades. So we got some picks that got switched around. We'll start with a not so important one first, and then we'll talk about the good stuff. The Vikings are trading a 6th-round pick in this year's draft to Arizona for center Mason Cole. I don't know nothing about Mason Cole.
Yeah, I mean,
6th-round pick.
Good job.
Not important. Nothing really to talk about there.
Yeah, I genuinely haven't done any research on Mason Cole. I don't know if he's a starter or not, but the Vikings, good for you.
So let's get into the juice. So the Dolphins traded number 3 overall pick to the San Francisco 49ers for the number 12 pick, a 22 3rd-round pick, and first-round picks in 2022
Get fleeced.
2023.
Get fleeced. Here's the thing about the Dolphins, bro. It's not necessarily that the 49ers overpaid for this trade up like they did, and that's a typical package you would see to trade up to number 3. The reason why it's a huge freaking W for the Dolphins is obviously we're going to see later that they trade back in, but they had this plan where why the hell do we need number 3 when we don't want a quarterback? So let's trade down to 12 and then ultimately back up to 6. Let's make that move, get a bunch of other future picks. I think they get 2 or 3 extra first-round picks out of this. And then you're guaranteed almost to have either Jamar Chase or the offensive lineman you want at number 6. Well, there's just no way to lose. There's no losing. None.
Well, let me finish since you brought it up. So the Eagles trade away their 6 to the Dolphins number 12 for their 2022 first-round pick. So the teams also swap mid-round picks. Eagles pick 156, number 123. So yeah, just pretty much like you're saying, the Dolphins ultimately came back to get the 6.
They traded down from 3 to 6. Basically, they added, so they traded a 2022 and a 2023 first-round pick, and then they traded away.
No, they got first-round picks in 2022, 2023 from.
Yeah, I know, but then they traded one of them to the Dolphins. So they got a first-round pick. And a 3rd round. So they got a free 1st-round pick and a free 3rd-round pick, and they moved down 3 spots, and they're still going to get the guy they want. W.
Mm-hmm.
Dolphins absolutely murdered that. I cannot believe how slick they were with that. They planned that out perfectly and absolutely nailed that deal. Now, the 49ers are interesting because they're saying they're going quarterback, but they're also saying they're not trading Jimmy Garoppolo. So, interesting.
Yeah. I mean, there was an actual statement from, I want to say, Shanahan.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can find the actual statement. Probably can't. But basically, long story short, that Jimmy G's our guy. And we're going to, whoever we get from the draft is going to be a backup for Jimmy G, and we don't have any other plans.
Yeah, it says, let's see, blah, blah, blah. It's accurate that the team is planning to keep Jimmy, barring being blown away by an offer. He believes it would be hard to find a quarterback who helps them win right now more than Garoppolo, and he's excited to have a quarterback learning behind him.
Yeah, that was it. Okay.
So you say that.
I'm not sold.
You say that until you get, we don't know what it's going to be, but you say that until you get Justin Fields in training camp, and he's actually mobile outside the pocket and not afraid to run because he didn't get his knee blown up, and you're like, dang. We might go this route instead. Like, dude, Jimmy, stop it. I could see Mac Jones, if they draft him, I could see him sitting behind him for 1 year max, by the way. That's it. But if it's someone like Justin Fields, I think
What do you think about Trey Lance?
him too. just the ability to be more dynamic than Jimmy, I think eventually will just
handoff
because Mac Jones is a pocket guy, so he might have a better arm talent, but he's a pocket guy. You know what I'm saying? He's going to give you virtually the same thing as Jimmy Garoppolo, just maybe a little more accurate and just a little bit better. But you can afford to wait a year for that. But if you got this guy like Justin Fields or Trey Lance who can do everything potentially, then. Dude, I don't know. What the hell are they going to learn from Jimmy goddamn Garoppolo, dude? What are they going to learn? How to hand the ball? Exactly. Like, he hasn't, ever since he blew his knee out, he hasn't been the same. He's not mobile. He doesn't get out the pocket. He doesn't throw on the run accurately. He doesn't do anything. So it's like, I know they had a lot of injuries last year, but they were 4-12. You know, it's just like, he missed throws all over the place in the second half of the Super Bowl. And like you said, they probably not even in the Super Bowl if he doesn't hand it off 86 times to Mostert against the Packers.
Right.
And so I don't understand. I don't understand. But it's interesting, though. It's interesting that they moved up to 3 because, like you said earlier, all of a sudden we're going to have quarterbacks drafted all 5 picks now. Because the Dolphins obviously weren't going to pick a quarterback. They were going to draft Panay or Jamar at number 3 or whatever. So it's interesting. And then the Eagles, bro. What the dude? Oh, my God.
Eagles, man.
They traded down. Let's put this into perspective here because it's been confirmed that the Eagles traded down because they are convinced that the Bengals are drafting Jamar Chase at number 6. Well, let's just put this into perspective for a goddamn second.
Well, here's what I'm
clear
thinking.
As
so the Eagles,
go ahead.
I feel like they know they're about to just be the worst in the division. So they're like, you know what? We're just going to try to rebuild this season. That's why I think they were okay with taking the 2022 first-round pick from the Dolphins. So they're going to have 2 first-round picks next year. Mm-hmm. So I think they are just finally acknowledging that they're in full rebuild. That's what I think.
I definitely agree, but it's just like you, clear as day on national television, lost your last game of the season on purpose to guarantee the 6th pick in the draft. And you have lots of holes on your team. Offensive line, wide receiver, etc. So because Jamar Chase might get picked by the Bengals, you don't know shit. You're assuming they're going to get picked. They're going to pick Jamar Chase because Joe Burrow wants them to. So you trade. Which, by the way, if they pick Jamar Chase, I mean, Penei Sewell is still there, and you need offensive. So it's just like, dude, what the? You trade down to 12. Who's going to be there at 12? Are you praying that Jalen Waddle is still there at 12? Like, what are you getting at 12 instead of 6? I understand getting the extra first-round pick, but you lost on purpose to get number 6, and because one guy might get picked, you sell. Why didn't you wait until draft day and see if they actually pick him first, and then when your pick is on the clock, be like, hey, yo, Dolphins, let's do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because what if the Bengals pick Penei Sewell at number 5? You're going to feel like a fucking idiot. Because the guy you wanted, Jamar Chase, is now going to the Miami Dolphins. How stupid are you going to feel? I'm just saying, like, oh my God, I just don't get it. I guess you want the extra draft.
Get the guy they wanted from.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I guess you want the extra draft pick in 2022. I get that, but I mean, there's still a chance that it's because if Jamar Chase is there at 6 for whatever reason, that's just an L. That's a fucking L.
Can you imagine that? The Dolphins getting Chase, even though the Eagles...
Dude, that'd be crazy. If the Dolphins if they get all these extra picks and Jamar Chase, I'll just... That's all we're going to talk about in the whole podcast that week. That's it. Just that. That's going to be the... Fuck the rest of the draft, dude. We're going to talk about only that. Good Lord.
Wow. So, yeah, guys. That seems to be all of the news for this week. So, yeah. I mean, after everything that you've heard in this podcast, please let us know what you think. Your feedback, comments on what we said, whether you agree, disagree, anything. Just comment down below. We're this one's going to be on my channel, but the next one's going to be back on Spitz's channel. So definitely subscribe to both of us if you want to, keep in touch with all the podcasts that come out. And yeah, I think we've covered everything. Is there anything that we were missing, Spitz?
I don't think so, man. Make sure you guys follow our Twitter. It's up here on the top of the screen. And that way you guys can send us, questions, topics you want to talk about. And That's it, man. This was a good one. I love talking about not free agency for once. Last week was so much freaking free agency,
So
bro.
much. The whole
I
time.
enjoyed being able to talk about more topics. And as the off season slows down, guys, we're gonna have more different things. Like we're gonna have some creative stuff we're gonna do, but free agency is still kind of popping right now. But yeah, man, make sure you guys, like I said, if news is dry, we need ideas. So send us ideas on Twitter. Send us ideas in the comment section. If you guys want to see, like, I don't know, rank your top favorite 10 players of all time or some random shit like that, let us know in the comment section. We'll definitely try to implement some of those ideas when we don't have things to talk about.
For sure. Because I know towards the middle, when we get to like June and July, it's going to get dry as far as news. So yeah, hit us with that stuff, please, for sure.
Yeah. This goes up every week on Wednesday. So smash the like button, subscribe to both channels, and turn your notifications on so you don't forget. And we'll catch you guys next Wednesday.
All right, guys. Peace out.
All right. Peace out.